So you'll start on your back. It's easier that way. Yep. Lift the hips up, slide the block out from underneath you. I'm going to change it. Okay. So we're starting, have a strap handy, like in reach. Awesome. Okay. So you're on your back, your hips lift, you're sliding the blocks or block underneath your hips, and that should provide some really good flattening out of the low back. It'll take a little bit of tension out of the spine. So if you feel like a little crack or a little pop already, that's good news. Okay, and then once you're here, just kind of roll your knees side to side, sway them side to side a few times, just kind of getting comfortable in the position. And assess if you feel overextended. If you do, and you're using 2 blocks, just release down to 1 block. It's totally fine. Okay. All right, knock the knees together, bring the toes towards one another. So facing the toes in, the heels out. And then take the arms any position you'd like. Okay. Once you feel comfortable, close your eyes. And start to just settle in to your space, into the comfort of this pose. Begin to recognize anything at all you can recognize about your body today. Maybe how it feels, sore, tired. Perhaps it feels really good, strong, energetic. Soften your face. Now just simply breathe in and out through your nose and your mouth. So the inhales will come in through the nose, the exhales will release from the mouth. And all you're looking to do in this first round of breath is really just lengthening the breath, letting the breath travel down through the nasal passage, all the way to the belly, and specifically into the back of the belly. So you want to think the low back region, the back of the rib cage, okay? So as you take that inhale, feel the belly somewhat rise, but also feel the back body press into the blocks, widen and expand. And as you exhale, I want you to think that your pelvis drops down deeper into the blocks or block. Okay. And again, bringing that attention into the breath, letting the breath travel down to the lower abdominal region and the lower back region, lower ribs. And as you exhale, finding a sense of release, but a sense of weight, heaviness in the pelvis. Taking that a few more rounds. Starting to set your intention for your practice today. Maybe it's just to kind of move a little bit, stretch a little bit, but maybe it's something deeper. So whatever it is, start to bring it into your mind, into the screen of your mind, your thoughts, your headspace. Okay. Take about another breath here. And then as you exhale, you're just opening your mouth, letting the exhale go. Awesome. All right. From there, take your knees up so that they line right over the hips, and just shimmy the hips a couple times. Just a little shimmy. Okay. Now from there, extend the legs up as much as you can. We're working for straight legs, but that's no problem if they're not straight just yet. You're still a little cool. Okay. Point and flex the feet. So everything starts with the feet. Okay. Pointing and flexing, let's roll the ankles in circles and then have them go the opposite way. So we're mobilizing through the ankle joints a little bit. All right. Good. Now from there, place your left foot flat, keep your right leg up, and start to just give a little bit of a tug onto your right leg. Keeping it straight, draw it into your chest, and now bend your knee a little bit here. Good. So as you bend the knee, you want to pull the knee into your armpit region. And now simultaneously inhale, release your left leg long towards the front of your mat. So your entire left leg is straight. your right knee is bent. You're pulling your right knee into your armpit. Okay, ground through the left heel, push out through the left big toe. You'll feel this nice stretch along the back body, but also that front of the left hip flexor. Take another inhale here. Good. As you exhale, reach your right foot back up again. Okay, now inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, place your right foot down. Knee is bent. Hands around that left thigh. Feel the difference side to side. You may feel a little bit tighter on one side than the other. Okay. Now, as you breathe in, start to draw your leg down towards your chest. As you breathe out, bend the knee a lot and pull it to your armpit. So that outer diagonal pathway. Okay, you're drawing the knee down and now extending the right leg, ground the right heel. Keep the toes spreading apart. Really think about rotating that inner thigh downward. So you're stretching the entire inner and top side of that right leg. So you've got a nice stretch through that hip flexor. Okay, take another inhale here and another exhale. Okay, now inhale, both legs are gonna come all the way up, straight. Okay, exhale, soles of the feet to touch. Reach around, grab for your outer ankles for a butterfly position. Okay, the knees spread wide. Okay, now you're feeling a different stretch in the low back. Whether you feel it or not, that's what's happening. Okay, you're pulling down on the ankles. You want to think about drawing the heels towards your groins and then start to just manually, without your hands, just with your muscles, push your knees away from your upper body. Take another breath. On your exhale, plant your feet flat to the floor. Inhale, scoop your tailbone forward, lift your hips, squeeze your buttocks. Slide the block or blocks out from underneath you. Slowly roll your spine down to the floor. Now we're flat spined here, and since the concentration today is low back and stretching, we're gonna move slow. So in this bent knee position, I want you to think as you inhale, you're gonna arch your back like as if you're in cow pose, okay? So you're starting to tilt the pelvis forward. You're increasing the crease of the front of the hips here. So you're drawing your hip bones towards your thighs more, okay? Nothing moves. Your hips don't actually lift. You're just arching the back so that you have a space now underneath your back, okay? As you exhale, I want you to think about drawing the rib cage and the belly button down to your spine as you flatten your back to the floor. Okay. Now again, inhale, arching the back like you're sticking your butt out to the floor, and exhale, pull the belly button down, flatten the back. So every time you arch with an inhale, and you want to think about that arch creating resistance, creating pressure in the sacrum. You're pushing the sacrum down into the floor. Exhale, round. So if your pelvis was a bowl, you're tipping it forward. Inhale, puffing up the belly, and exhale, drawing it back, slightly tucking the tailbone, navel to spine. Let's do that about 3 more times. Inhale. And this is really what loosens up the low back. We're engaging muscles and then we're stretching them. Good. And then again. One more time. Good, good. Press the sacrum down. Awesome. Okay, now inhale here. Take your knees to your chest. Cross your right leg over your left leg as you exhale. And we're going to get into the outer hips. So as you pull the knees in, reach your fingertips around towards your shins. Now, if you can walk your fingertips down a little bit further towards your ankles, do so. Yep. Now, the idea here is that we're trying to draw the knees into the chest while simultaneously pulling the feet back and down. So the closer your feet get to your hips, okay, the more intense the stretch gets. Keeping the knees into the chest, just breathing here. Breathe into the space, you feel sensation. Find maybe some rocking motions if that feels good. Okay, release your feet, inhale. As you exhale, your knees will gently drop to the left side of your mat. Arms are gonna come to a T or goalpost. I like to goalpost them. Okay. Any props that are in the way of your knees reaching the floor, go ahead and release the props. Awesome. Now, as you inhale, I want you to think you're reaching your knees away from your hips. And as you exhale, you're pushing your knees further into the floor. So it's just tiny movement. Inhale, reach them away. Exhale, belly button to spine, twist a tiny bit deeper. One more like that. Perfect. Okay, inhale, your knees right back up through center. On your exhale, you just cross the left leg over the right. So you're crossed completely now, okay? Knees are in line. You're drawing the shins down towards your hips and down towards your torso. You're working to get the heels down towards your hips, okay? At the same time, you're bringing your knees towards your chest. Now go easy here. Nice. And breathe. Okay, release your hands from your feet. Inhale, drive the knees to the chest. Exhale, your knees are just going to gently release to the right. Okay, arms are goalposts or lengthened. Okay. Now again, as you inhale, exhale, just press your knees into the floor a tiny bit. Perfect. Take another inhale. Lengthen. Navel to spine as you twist. Exhale, push the knees down. Very nice. Okay. Inhale, let's bring the knees back up. Exhale, cross them. Just take the knees to the chest. Okay, shake it out a little bit, side to side. Now start to rock forward and back. Any way you want, we're going to meet in a tabletop position, hands and knees. All right. So in tabletop, let's tuck the toes to start and just start to flex and extend the spine. Okay, I'm going to offer up side bending here. So just start to kind of move the spine. That's all we're trying to do is mobilize it in different directions. Okay, we've done the twisting. We haven't done too much side body movement. We're about to. So we're working our way up to the low back. Do what feels good. All right. Now, from there, you're going to take your left hand down. Swivel your left foot off to the side. Reach your right leg back. So right arch, left knee, left hand in one line. As you inhale now, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Face your palm towards the front of your mat. Exhale, reach. Now look at your back toes. You want them facing this side, so the side of the room. So they're not facing back, they're facing this side. And the reason for that is we get more of a stretch in the outer thigh when you do that, okay? So think like warrior 2 foot, okay? Breathing into the side body stretch. This is a big one for the back. Okay, start to press the rib cage up towards the ceiling just a tiny bit. Breathing into that side body rib cage. Take another breath in. Feel the expansion of the rib cage. Good, and another breath out. Okay, take an inhale, release your right arm down. Exhale, right knee back down. Swivel your right foot out to the right now. Right hand, right knee, left arch in one line. Ground the left heel, make sure the toes face the side of the room. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, reach it long. So now your biceps right by your ear. Good. Staying here and breathing. 3 breath counts. You want to really think about the rib cage reaching up towards the ceiling here. 3 more rep count, or 2 more rep counts, breath counts. 1 more. Perfect. Inhale, arm up, and then back down. Exhale, knee down. Okay, walk your hands forward. Let's start with some proper alignment in the arms. Bend the elbows out to the sides. And then rotate them back towards your knees and straighten the arms. So that's just ensuring, okay, that the arms are externally rotated in the shoulder socket. Okay, now from there, push into the thumb and index finger. Tuck the toes, take a breath. Lift your sit bones up on the exhale, downward dog. Try and keep that external rotation. That's huge. So you're trying to create space now between between the inner shoulder here and the neck. Okay, so you want to think about drawing the outer arm bones back, biceps forward. Okay, now let the heels be really, really, really lifted here. Bend the knees a lot, and you want to really think about lifting the sit bones up. Okay, we're going to hold down dog and just pedal out the feet. Okay, that should feel really good in the back. Good. Once you've done that a couple times, find a little bit of stillness. Okay, now from there, inhale, lift to your highest heel. So heels are really, really lifted. Rotate your heels to the right. Exhale, drop your heels towards the floor. Now you'll want to bend your right knee pretty deeply and lift your right heel a little bit off the floor. That can be helpful if you don't feel like you have the mobility. Okay, but from there, we're really stretching that outer left hip joint. So you're pushing into the hands. You're trying to get your belly towards your right thigh. The right heel is lifted, the left heel is grounded, and you're finding that sensation in the outer left hip. You feel that, David? Okay, good. Take another breath. And another exhale. Okay, inhale, let's lift the heels again, rotate them through center and to the left. Exhale, just ground the right heel. Bend the left knee. Push into the hands. You want to really, really feel your chest reaching towards your left thigh. Good, that outer right hip is stretching. Take another breath in. Another breath out. Inhale, lift the heels back up through center. As you exhale, let's just tiptoe towards the front of the mat. Any way you can. Okay, you can be in the middle. That's totally fine if you want to meet your hands to your feet. We're going really, really slow and conscious today. So bend the knees a lot and go ahead and rest the belly right on top of the thighs. This is another really good one for the low back. Now, specifically for stretching the low back in this position, you want to pull the belly button all the way in and up. So we're engaging the core. And what that does is allow the back of the core, so the low back, to actually stretch. Okay, so let the chin tuck, let the chin hang. Your gaze will be between your knees. That's how folded you are. When you're ready, you can take your hands, maybe fold the arms or just grab for opposite elbows. Let your shoulders drop towards your ears. The only time I'll say that. Okay, and then just shake out the head a little bit. Maybe find a nice sway in the body. Okay. Now, if you have your blocks handy, you may use them. Otherwise, fingertips can touch the floor. Okay, and then from there, just straighten out your left leg and bend your right knee. Now, as you bend your right knee and straighten your left leg, start to peel your left hip back just a tiny bit. And you'll feel this along the sacrum, along the back of the left leg. So we're just stretching out through the hamstring and the sacrum. Take another inhale. Fold a tiny bit deeper in this position as you exhale. Okay. Inhale, lift your chest. Switch the sides. Exhale, bend your left knee, straighten out your right, and fold. Fingertips, again, are either on the floor or on blocks, but we want the support in the arms. We don't want to be hanging here. Okay. Now, as you inhale, lift the chest, but bend both knees. Now, exhale, fold in half. Perfect. Inhale, lift the heart, flatten out your spine. Exhale, step your left leg back into a lunge. Okay, float your left knee to the floor and just position your knee and your foot hips width distance apart. Untuck your back toes so you've got a nice flat back foot. Okay, and then from there, you're just going to take your hands onto your front thigh and come up. So right away, we're sinking a little bit into the hips, but I don't want you to over sink into the hips. So you're sinking, but you're thinking about lifting a tiny bit. So you want to think about the tailbone drawing down and the low belly drawing up. Okay. Now, from there, hands are going to come to opposite shoulders. This is a big one for the back. Okay. Breathe in, lift the shoulders up. Start to squeeze your left gluteal muscle forward. As you breathe out, side bend to the right. Okay. You need core muscles here to hold you up. Try not to dump in the low back. That's opposite of what we're doing. So as you side bend, your gaze is forward, your chin's away from your chest. We're going to stay here, keep squeezing that left side body, or I'm sorry, left back, lower back, okay? Now slowly start to just round over your right thigh.
So you are in a side bend as well as a rounded position. We're in kind of both. And that angle is what's gonna get into this muscle right here, which is usually always strained, okay? So you wanna sink, side bend, and round, hold. Squeeze your belly in tight so that you're supported. Good, one more breath here. Good, David, bend to the other side, to the front leg side. There, so come all the way up again. Side bend, right shoulder down towards the floor, okay? But keep your back upright to start, so try not to lean forward. Now just turn your left shoulder down and lean. Do you feel a difference? Yeah. Okay, let's hold for another 3 breaths. So it's along, you should be feeling this along your left side low back. Okay, good. All right, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant them down. Left hand's gonna stay down now. As you inhale, right arm comes up for an easy twist. Perfect. Now, as you inhale, reach up and slightly back to accentuate the twist. Exhale, take your right hand right back down. Tuck the back toes. Inhale, lift the back leg up. So now we're in a high lunge. As you exhale, all you're doing is taking the left foot to meet the right foot, finding your fold once again. Okay, feel the difference side to side. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, now fold. Step your right leg back. Hips width apart, lower your right knee. Perfect. Untuck the right toes. Bring your hands to your thigh. Breathe in. Awesome. Now start to hug your right sit bone forward. Low belly lifts up. So we're just starting to tuck the tailbone slightly. You'll feel that stretch along here as you do that. So we're not just hanging. This is what gives us that problem with the low back pain. So you're thinking about pressing the tailbone down, lifting the low belly up. From there, just sink a little bit forward. Hands come to opposite shoulders. Breathe in like a string is lifting your head up. Now as you breathe out, left shoulder starts to side bend over your left hip. Now when you're ready, firm the core and start to roll your right shoulder over. So you're in a side bend, but a rounded position over the front leg. Yes, perfect. Breathe 3 breaths here. Yes, 2 breaths. You're thinking about breathing into that right back side. 1 more breath. Perfect. Okay, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down, frame the front foot. Right hand's gonna stay down now. Inhale, left arm up for that twist. Perfect. Exhale, left hand down. Okay, now listen carefully. Inhale, right leg up. You're gonna move into a plank. Exhale, step your left leg back to meet your right. Pause. Breathe. Squeeze the glutes. Lift the low back a tiny bit up. Okay, slowly lower the knees down. Have a seat on your heels. Okay, we're gonna work a seated position that's gonna stretch that region of the back again. Let me just make sure we have time. Okay, you need your strap and you need 2 blocks. So perfect, okay. I am gonna mirror you. So I'm gonna try and do this mirroring you. Okay, so you're gonna sit on 1 block. That's just so your hips are lifted. Okay, so have a seat on 1 block. Now you're going to extend the legs. You have your strap handy, okay? Now, this is like you'll look like a pretzel kind of, so just bear with me. There's a lot going into one. It's like a lot of poses in one. Okay, so your legs are out as wide as you can get them, not too wide. Okay, I know. Let's start with bending our left leg first. We'll go over to the right. So bend your left leg. Perfect. Okay. The block is going to slide right underneath the right knee. Just for support. Okay. Strap. Take it. Okay. Strap is going around the ball of your right foot. Okay. Now, from here, you've got the strap in your right hand. I'm sorry, your left hand. I'm mirroring you. So it's your left hand that you're strapped. Yes. So the hand that's crossing over your body. I'll tell you why. So just your right hand is free, and you've got your left hand on the strap. You're going to take your right hand and slide it towards your ankle. Now, if you can place your elbow on the block, great. If you can place your elbow on your upper knee region, yeah, I would say lower thigh, I guess. But yeah, up there, that's fine too. Okay, now firm the leg. So you want to push out through the heel. Now what we're going to try and find is a pull in, but also a rotation. Yeah. So it's very similar to what we were just doing in a lunge. Perfect. Yes. And you want to slide that bottom arm through, trying to take any weight off of that shoulder. So you really don't, try not to like crunch the shoulder into the ear. Draw the shoulder down away from the ear. You're side bending. You're folding over the front leg, the extended leg, but you're also side bending. So what will end up happening is your right side is folded over your right thigh, which is exactly what you're doing. And now you're just kind of pulling yourself into this pose. So you should be feeling this along your left back side. Perfect. Think about grounding your left sit bone and your left hip. That's what's going to accentuate the pose a tiny bit more. Now, if you've got little ones at home and you want assistance, okay, you can have someone just come and push the top of your hip down, and that will accentuate the pose. And I'll do that for you, David, because it'll feel really nice. You got it. I won't do it hard. So you're just here. So take a breath in and a breath out. See, you feel the difference? Nice. Try and soften where you can soften. Good. Let's do it again. Inhale. Perfect. Exhale. Nice. Okay. As you inhale, just slowly come up. Switch sides. Feels good though, right? Yeah. It's a good stretch for that region. I don't know about you, but my back feels so open now. Okay, we're going the other way now. So you've got your left leg out, your right knee bent. You've got the block underneath, any way you'd like. So if you feel like you're really, really stiff in the hamstrings, you can go higher with the block. Okay, let's wrap around that left foot. Right hand has the strap, right hand. Okay, so grab any part of the strap. Your left arm is gonna slide alongside your left leg, maybe rest on top, maybe it takes the block. Okay, so you're in this side bend first, draw your belly button in, take a breath in, open up armpit to the ceiling. It's like you're trying to get underneath your arm. Try and take the weight off of that bottom arm by just softening the shoulder away from the ear. And spread the toes of your left foot, push out through the heel. Great. So find a part where you can soften here, a moment where you can soften, not a part, a moment. Awesome. And again, if you've got somebody at home, you'll have them just kind of press gently along that bent leg hip, bent leg upper thigh. So as you breathe in, you lengthen. As you breathe out, you go deeper into the stretch. Good. Let's do it again. And out. One more. Out. Nice. Slowly inhale, rise. Awesome. Exhale, release the strap. All right, we're just going to move into Shavasana from there because of time. So I'm going to have you guys take your blocks underneath your knees for Shavasana. Like so. Great. Slowly lower down. Shoulders pull away from the ears. Palms face up. Close your eyes. Let your whole body just surrender to gravity.
Soften your lips, the back of your throat. Start to make your way back into your body. A slight wiggle to your fingers and to your toes. Stretch the arms. Bend the knees. Roll to one side. Come on up. We'll take a nice breath together. Exhale out all the air. Breathe in through the nose. Fill up. Open mouth. Let it go. Namaste.